Hi guys, today we're going to show you how to make baked beans in your pressure cooker.
Hey everyone, the beginning of this is going to be very easy because what we're going to do is basically make navy beans in our pressure cooker today, dried navy beans. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 8 cups of water, and I just spilled it everywhere. We're going to add our beans. Now this is 1 pound of dry navy beans that I have picked all the bad beans out of. We'll add those. And then we're going to add 4 teaspoons of vegetable oil. And that is all we're going to put in there. Make sure you don't put any salt in here because it'll dry your beans out. Now we're going to put our lid on. We're going to come around here, and we're going to make sure our arrows line up, that we're going to be cooking under pressure. Come back around to the front, and we're going to select the pressure cooking function, and we're going to put this on 24 minutes.
On low or high?
We're going to go on high pressure, and we're going to press the start button, and we will see you when these are done. Now we are going to let these come down off of pressure naturally, so it'll be a little bit more than the 24 minutes total, but we'll be back.
Bye. Hey guys, our pressure has come down to 0. We let the pressure release on its own, so we're going to see what we got.
Here we go. Surprise everyone. Open it away from you. Girl, you got that spoon out for me? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, those look really good and tender. Perfect. They're perfect for our little baked beans. So we're going to drain our baked beans. We're going to reserve a little bit of the broth from our beans for our baked beans, and we will be right back.
Hey guys, we're back. We drained our beans.
And now we're going to take a half a pound of ground beef, and you can choose any ground beef that you like. And we're going to brown that along with 1 onion, 1 onion on the sear function of our pressure cooker. Now the sear function is pretty aggressive, so we've got to really keep stirring. We let this preheat a little bit. We might have let it preheat a little bit too much, but for the video. But the mission is to brown this ground beef while sauteing the onion just a little bit.
And we'll come back when it's all done. Alright, our beef has browned pretty much.
It's not 100% brown, but that's okay because we are pressure cooking. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add back our beans that we cooked earlier. Along with that, we're going to add the remaining juice, or the water, or the broth, if you will, from the beans that we cooked earlier, which is about 2½ cups or so. Now we're going to add 2 cups of ketchup. Now you'll notice in this recipe that we are not adding any onion salt, onion pepper, garlic salt, anything of that sort. We're just adding real great ingredients. This is 2 cups of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of just regular old everyday mustard, which everyone has in the refrigerator. One tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. The pressure cooker is beeping because it says that we are done with our sear function. So we're going to go back on saute sear, and we're going to add 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever you think you need, timing-wise. And we're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. We're going to clean that spatula off because it's where all the goodness is at. And that is all we're going to put in there. We're not putting syrup. We're not putting any of those things in it. We're going to put our pressure lid back on. And it's giving me an error because you can't have the lid on and do the sear function at the same time. So we're going to hit the function button. We're going to look at a pressure cooker, and we're going to go for 35 minutes.
Are we doing low?
No, we're going to do high. 35 minutes on high. You see the high? This changes, so we go into high. And we're making sure that our pressure gauge is set for pressure, which means arrow to arrow alignment. And we will be back when this is all done. But before we go, let me mention that this baked bean recipe is different than many others that you will see either online or in a recipe book. This recipe came from my Aunt Clara, God rest her soul. I have been baking these beans for the last 30 years, 20 years or more. They are absolutely the best beans I have ever tasted. And you'll note that there is not any bacon in these beans, nor is there any bacon grease in these beans, or pepper, or onion or garlic salt, or anything. Nothing. There's nothing in here except for what you saw me add. And they are absolutely phenomenal. I cannot tell you how many compliments and everything that I have received over the years of my baked beans. And I have it all to thank to my Aunt Clara. They're phenomenal, and I hope you try them. They're a little different, but they're very sweet, and they're very tangy because of the mustard. And
I like them.
Yeah, they're pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
They're no bacon. Just to have a pound of ground beef. If you want to drain it, drain it. If you don't, well then don't. And we'll be back when they get all toasty here.
All right, bye. Okay, guys, our baked beans have done pressure cooking. We open the lid and put it on the sear function to thicken it up.
So what we've been doing, when the pressure came down on its own, we opened the pressure cooker, and as you can see, the beans are just a little bit thin. And if we let these just sit for a few minutes, they will thicken on their own. We, however, have had it on sear for about 3 minutes, and as you can see, it's bubbling, and you can see the steam coming out of it. So that means, the steam means that the moisture is coming out of the beans. And we don't want to do that too much because, as I say, when you let these cool a little bit, the sauce is going to naturally thicken a little bit because of the brown sugar that's in them. We're not going to add a thickening agent or anything of that sort. We're just going to let them simmer a little bit, escape some of the steam, and then we'll turn them off, and we'll let those beans soak up some of that wonderful flavor. But as you can see, it's almost like pork and beans, but it's got a lot of meat in it. And they are delicious. They are absolutely delicious. So let's try. They're usually delicious when I do them in the oven, I'll say that. So let's try them. This is the first time we've done this, so let's try them in the pressure cooker. Let's see if they have the same flavor. So here's our little bowl. And that's bubbling away in there. So we're going to get a little ground beef and a few beans.
And it's hot.
It is very hot. Oh, yes.
Good.
These are just as good as they are if you had baked them in the oven for an hour.
We want to give a little shout out to a couple channels. One guy he's really helped us out, sharing our videos, and his channel is called Cooking with Rick. We'll put a link down at the bottom, but we just want to say thank you, Rick. And also Melissa Witt, her channel's great. She's really friendly, and we really, really appreciate all the help. So we'll give a link to both those channels, and we thank you so much for watching our video. See you soon.
We will see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.